being more in tune with myself, being more in control of my emotions, and like, just being more in tune with my physical body too, like even with like breathing and these little things like that. And he's like, man, like I just meditate, like, because I ask him, like, one thing about me is that I love to do when I'm around people is like try to kind of draw things from them that I can see that can improve myself. So that's why I always ask Dasa, like, if I have an issue, like I asked Dasa, like, what do you do in this situation? Like, as a man, like, how do you deal with this? Same thing with Isaac, like, how do you deal with this? There's things that I see that they're a little bit better than me. And, obviously, like you said, iron sharpens iron. So, like, I'm trying to find out what they do that I can, add to my life, add value to my life. And a small thing that I started doing was just meditating every morning, every night. I can't explain how much that shit has helped me. And it's not even one of those things that I can be like, look, these are the benefits for you as an individual. No, you can't. But like ever specific. Since I only started a few weeks ago, but the amount, everything, like my
changes
whole,
your
bro,
life.
I'm telling you, bro,
changes
5-10 minutes.
You're conscious now.
I wake up, I just still.
You are now listening to the Blacker the Berry, the sweeter the juice.
Well, let's record, I mean.
What was that? Your name now. You just say your name. Why you have to try? So DX, and then you say I'm sure.
This nigga, you're like, you want the best of 3 worlds. Like you're scary. Now I understand why the girls are running away. Because all this time I've been thinking girls are crazy. Now it makes sense. Keyshawn.
They're gonna change in a year and a half. They're gonna change in 2 years, 3 years. But when they won't change is when you stop. You know what I'm saying?
First,
right there.
You just can't. You just stopped it all. So now it's just like we sit there, we're like, bro, I'm not at the place I'm at yet because it's not there for you yet. Yeah, you gotta keep going.
You don't activate your hamstrings, bro. You're not moving. You're like, man, like
no shit's gonna happen. Like, like, so now look at you. Like, yo, am I going out with the boys when I'm like when I shouldn't? When I should be working on this? Yeah. Am I like talking to girls way too much when I should be working on this? Yeah. Am I like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And once you start cutting all that shit back, you gonna start being successful. But like, we don't want to again accountability. Hold ourselves like, yo, what am I doing that's stopping this from working? It's always everybody else. No, they didn't give me the opportunity, bro. Nobody's going to give you nothing, bro. Like, this is life. That same person that has the opportunity to give you probably had to work for that opportunity. So why are they just gonna
not only work, they had to sacrifice to get to the position.
So it's like,
so it's like they want to see.
They want to see the same thing.
Exactly.
To make it trivial, you're seeing a lot of girls looking for husbands. Yeah. Getting BBLs and getting waistmen. Yeah. And they're confused why they're not getting husbands.
Getting BBLs and waistmen. That's a bar.
Edit to your next song, bro.
It's simple. That it's simple. It's sad. It's very sad. But like, bro, just look in the mirror. Literally, just look in the mirror. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't like doing, bro. You're ugly. You look in the mirror. You're ugly. Yeah. You see yourself. You see the pimple. Your laziness. You see the wrinkles. You see. Bro, you don't like what you see in the mirror.
It's the thing, though.
But you're never gonna change if you don't actually see what's wrong.
If men are shooting at a dollar figure and women are shooting at the dollar figure, the man, once that collapses.
Yeah, you're finished.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. You weren't standing on nothing. That's what you wasn't even standing on business. Like, you wasn't even being able to like help a nigga out when he's low. Like, that's the type of shit. Is like, these girls, they want a nigga with like all this money. Okay, so he's gonna go through the storm at some point. Yeah. What you gonna go to the next guy? He's gonna go through a storm at some point. So what? Are you just gonna keep hopping and hopping and hopping? And you gonna look at us like we got some issue. Yeah, bruh. If you're not able as a woman to create out of a man a family, you failed. Not the man, you failed. I don't give a fuck. The man, oh, he's a cheater. Okay, you gonna meet the next nigga who's a cheater. You want to go be with fucking Drake? That nigga gonna cheat on you 50 times. You fucking Drake.
Well, so how many engagement rings is this guy?
You sit at the standpoint where it's like, these girls are not even trying to build. They just trying to get a paycheck for that's mediocre. Like, straight up. Because if she was that good, a nigga would have kept you. You wouldn't be out on these streets. This is a fact. Right? So wow, it just comes to that standpoint where it's like all men gotta stop doing that. Is like worrying about these girls that are just here. Once you get to the standpoint of success, they're gonna be there. There's gonna be a lot of them.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you gotta meet somebody that's willing to make a family out of what you have. Like no matter if it's in shambles or not, because
why are you preaching?
But I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, talk that shit.
Whether
Bro. Talk
it's in shambles or not, bro. That's your goal.
Shit,
that's the goal. Like a woman, like she births the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like she's with the kids way longer than you. 9 months before the kid's even there, she's with the kid. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then after, she's probably the first person the kid want to see and stuff. So I mean, like that person's there to build a family, bro. If you're not looking at like you trying to come into my situation and do that, then peace. You feel me? Because we ain't got no time.
It's on both sides, man. Even guys just deceive themselves, man.
Yeah.
A guy that's looking for a girl of a certain type, and you are not a guy of a certain type. A lot of the time, again, the accountability shit. You look for a certain type of girl, right? You know that the only kind of guy to be with this kind of girl is a certain type, or to keep this certain type of girl is a certain type of guy, but yet you don't work to be that guy, and then all of a sudden, what, girls are shit. How? Bro, how is that your first conclusion? You didn't even say, what did I do wrong?
But
you know what I'm saying?
This is the thing. I don't think like as men you should call, or as females you should call anybody shit in that situation. It's more so just like looking at what you need to do better.
Yeah.
I think the easiest thing is to point at somebody else and be like,
It always is. It always is, because again, no one likes to look in the mirror. No one likes to see the ugly features.
Unless you're getting ready to go out.
It's like a lot of our insecurities are the things that cause us to, again, either fail or succeed. If you can embrace yourself, you can go through so much. Like no one can tell you anything anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? If you know what you have, I have this pimple here. If someone says, you have a pimple there, you're not shocked.
Yep.
Yeah, I do. And what? You keep on moving. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like that's what a lot of people miss out is like, if you don't look in the mirror, bro, you're gonna, when someone points out your fault as a man, when someone says, you're too emotional, and all in your mind you've been thinking is, I know everything, I can't show too much emotion, blah. You don't even realize you're emotional. Someone says, you're too emotional. Or worse even, a girl tells you you're too emotional. You're finished. You'll crumble. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas if you look in the mirror and realize, okay, cool, I have an emotional side to me. When someone points that out to you, you know it's either you're working on it or you've embraced it as part of your being. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like as emotional, like as in like, let's dive deeper in that. Like, what do you mean by that?
What, emotions?
Yeah, like when we're talking about emotional, like, because there's certain things, right? It's like I'll be emotional over business to the standpoint where it's like I'm just gonna like cut all things off until I figure out how to handle this shit. And then once I'm, done handling that shit.
Yeah, I think it's in the sense like, where it's like you're just. I think there's nothing wrong with like feeling your emotions, because at the end of the day, like they're there for a reason. For sure. Right? But I feel like being in control of them is very important, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything wrong with shedding things out. I mean, in terms of what you're like the context you're talking about specifically, there's anything wrong with that, but just in certain settings where like you may need to keep your cool, or you're in certain rooms, right, where you need to keep your cool, right? People may say something that might, they're even trying to get a reaction on you. Yeah. You need to like control yourself, compose yourself in that situation, right? As a man, you know what I mean? I think that's what he's talking about, where you're reacting sometimes, where you then you kind of react and then you kind of regret it kind of thing.
But it's like a society thing, right? It's a society thing that tells you that you're not allowed to act
on your emotion
at this time.
There's a lot of that.
There's a time and place for everything. Is that a real thing though? Like, because my thing about it is like as men, right? Like, and especially as men, like mental health is like a crazy thing. Yeah. But it's because we're told, nah, you can't act like this right now. Yeah. Bro, I'm mad. I'm happy, or I'm really feeling this right now. I'm gonna show that. Yeah. Why can't I do that? It's feminine. Yeah. Bro, that's the craziest shit you can ever say to somebody.
Yeah,
it's an interesting conversation.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think the whole emotional side is just a buzzword, and the buzzword is for the lack of control of your emotions. See what I'm saying?
Or somebody's perception of the lack of your control, right?
Well, no, it's a lack of control, because if you're emotional, that means you're not controlling your emotions.
In their perception, though.
Yeah, but if you feel like a lot of things are getting to you, like there's a certain level of control where someone can say something about you, and you know how to take that in, digest it, and then react. That's control.
Yep.
If someone says something and you react straight away, there's no control. Whether they perceive it or you act it out, there's no control there. And the essence of saying emotional is just because a lot of people can't really articulate themselves, so they say, "Oh, you're emotional." Whereas what they're trying to say is you lack control, you lack a certain composure, right? If you as a guy, you look in the mirror and you say, "I have emotions," and I react in a volatile manner, you see that pimple, you see that wrinkle in that mirror, then you know you're conscious of it.
You're conscious of it, yeah.
When you're conscious of it, now you're able to like understand when it happens. If someone else says something, because you're aware you can be emotional, you would see there's a level of control that you have, where if someone then says, "Oh, you're still emotional," that's now again back to perception. Because now that's based on how they see control of emotion.
Well, I just think like we're at a standpoint as people that we care what people think. It's like I don't care, because like it comes to the standpoint of like if you're working hard at something, it's almost what any single person could say to you if you take it in any type of way can affect your success or your could be your success or your failure. Like if
why don't you care?
Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like I know what I'm here to do, right? And I know where my heart lays. I'm not coming from a negative standpoint. So when people are saying certain things about things that don't matter, like such as like a pimple or your shirt or your pants, these are materialistic things. This is not the soul of the human I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if you look at like what I'm trying to do or what I'm doing, then okay, judge me off of that. Like if I'm killing people and shit like that, and you're like, whoa, bro, you're really killing a lot of people this year. You know what I'm saying? Okay, bet. But like, if it's more so just like shit that I feel like is just what society puts on people to like try to bring somebody back, and I'm not trying to hear it.
But that's awareness.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's awareness. You are self-aware. You're also aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you get what I'm saying? For you, when you say, "I don't really care what other people think," it's not a thing of, I'm ignorant.
No.
It's more of a thing of, I believe in what I have. So if I did something that upset you, that's your perception.
Right. 100%.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I didn't come off the way like in my head, I want to offend you.
Exactly. And your intentions weren't even to offend.
No,
do you get what I'm saying?
No, it's just to be honest, be myself.
But then you have to realize not everyone's like you.
No, 100%. And that's why
when they say,
you're fighting this whole battle.
Iron sharpen iron, you need to make sure you're in control of who you're around. In building that environment, in building those people that are around us that are like-minded, we sometimes forget the outside world. You get what I'm saying? We're kind of caught up in the fact that 100% of the people around me have sense. You forget that about 90% of the world doesn't have sense. You get what I'm saying? And that's something that a lot of people find hard to admit. They live in their own world and forget you live in a world that's not yours. Every day you step out your door, you're not in your house. Simple. And it's what I tell all my girlfriends all the time when they're complaining about a guy, or they project a certain feeling. I'm just like, look, you can't assume. Firstly, you can't assume that every guy's a certain way. No. And nor can you assume that they're not capable. Like guys are not capable of acting a certain way. Just because I'm nice to you, you can't assume every other guy is going to be nice to you. Just because I did a certain deed that has just amicable consequences to it, or like I'm treating you in a certain way where it's just friendly, doesn't mean other guys are going to do that to you. Right. Nor is it that the person that you brought into your space treats you badly, and then elsewhere other guys are not going to treat you nicely. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So a lot of the time people kind of just restrict themselves to their own experiences, restrict themselves to their own surroundings, and forget there's a wider world out here, man.
Right.
It's a wider world.
My goal in life is not to like pull out the band-aid for people. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. It's like, it's almost just like to be there. Like, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not trying to like create malice and trouble some of people's lives. Yeah. But I can't tiptoe around you because you ain't where you like have to get to, right? Like, obviously as a human being, there was a certain point in my life where I felt the same way. Yeah. So I know that we could feel better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like when it's just like a choice thing, right? If like I see an entrepreneur or whatever and they're like, yo, I'm gonna keep grinding for my my business, it's like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. But if like you're sitting there and you're like we were talking about earlier, like a dollar amount's good enough for me, I just don't understand that, like, you know. But yeah,
I would say I have an opinion contrary to popular belief. I believe toxic masculinity. I think it's actually, I think it has benefits. I think if I wasn't told since I was like a little kid, if I wasn't told stop acting like a girl, emotions, all that shit, all that extra shit is for girls, I don't think I would have learned to control my emotions or suppress certain things that I think it actually benefits a lot of guys. And I think it's taught a lot of guys to control your emotions. I do think it has its negative side effects, but I think there's a bit of benefits that people don't talk about.
But that's masculinity. Toxic masculinity is an extreme or something.
Yeah, but the toxic masculinity part of it is society saying you're not allowed to feel this way.
No. Yeah, but I'm saying what you're saying is just masculine traits. What has been painted to us as what has been painted to us is a buzzword. Again, in order, like for example, when a girl deals with, for example, let's say a girl is texting you and you're not replying, automatically you're a narcissist. Where did she draw that conclusion from? She saw the definition of narcissist as someone that is to themselves and someone that is all about themselves. By you not answering the phone means you're taking care of yourself. She's now drawn the two conclusions, and essentially you're bringing two completely separate ideas which have similar meanings, not quite the same thing, and then you're just putting them together. There's the same thing with toxic masculinity and masculinity. A lot of people confuse and conflate the two things. What you're saying is, bro, is masculinity.
Yeah, I'm still a large believer for toxic masculinity not existing. I think that there's toxicity and I think there's masculinity. Exactly. I think conflating the two doesn't make sense, but that's my own.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. To be honest, it's the same. I believe bullying is what creates a lot of like strong individuals. Yeah. I believe it's necessary.
Really?
I think it's necessary.
I guess it's
because look at the society we're in now. Everyone's sensitive just because schools' laws have now pretty much lessened or not give, like, because the thing is, like, in the animal kingdom you can see everything running smoothly. It's only us that are having problems. We've brought in morals, we've brought in laws, we've brought in cultures, we've brought in all these extra things. Now we're bringing in all this, like, there's freedom of speech that is not freedom of speech anymore. And then we're confused why we're having a lot of weak men and a lot of over masculine women, because we're bringing in things that are not helping us as humans.
Well, I
think we're not allowing nature to just do its thing. Nature, you can see there'll be like, for example, wolves. In order to be the alpha male, you need to prove you're the alpha male. But as humans now, you don't need to prove you're the alpha male. You can just claim it. And everyone has to accept it, just because you can say I identify as an alpha
just
male.
For the audience, what would be your definition of a masculine woman? Because some people don't know what that is.
A masculine woman would be someone that is acting like a man, as in like you're not exhibiting any feminine trait. Do you get what I'm saying?
So do you agree with like a lot of these like podcasts when they say like a masculine woman is like combative, non-agreeable, stuff like that?
That's
or would you have a different
that's
opinion?
conflating two issues, because what would have happened is that the guy would have said, can you do something for me? And she said, no, I'm busy. And then his ego's been hurt, and he comes on a podcast and projects that as she's being over masculine, whereas she's just busy. It's clear as day.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts. I think the line kind of wavers, and like when you create like these new rules or what's like people keep saying like these certain things, or it wavers even more because you're not trying to like offend people. That's why I keep trying to say is like you should just really just not care and just say how you feel, because like how you gonna cancel somebody for one if they say something offensive, actively knowing it, yes, okay, cool, that makes sense. But when you sit there and you're speaking out of like your heart, like you don't know, right? You're trying to figure something out. You're trying to ask right questions in the way that you know. I don't think that person needs to be canceled for that, or not, are speaking on something that again like is so uncertain right now, is so new. But like that's what society is, right? Like there's a whole bunch of people that have questions, I feel like, about certain things, and if they ask in a way that a group of people aren't ready for, then it's like it's over for you. And it's like that's not a learning experience. That person's not going to learn from learn the information they need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, society's interesting is because it's like somebody wants to play judge and somebody wants to tell people there's like, I'm not going to say certain social media platforms, but it's like there's people that want to say, okay, you're allowed to do this, but this isn't okay. You're allowed to do this, but this isn't okay. It's like, who are you to deem what's okay and what's not?
Right.
So it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like,
it puts people in a bind, and like you're walking on a tightrope all the time trying to figure out, if I'm saying the right thing, or if and I don't think that's fair to a person, because it's like, bro, we're human beings. We're gonna say the wrong thing sometimes. We're all learning. You know what I'm saying? If every day was like thinking, how do I say the right thing? It's like a test.
But the thing is, we're mistaking mass hysteria for like qualified judgment. Anyone can be who they want to be. You just have to be that person. If you're going to judge me, you have to judge me based on, if you say something's wrong, tell me why it's wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we are now mistaking mass hysteria. If someone has 1,000 people saying cancel this person, we see 1,000 people. We don't see 2% of the world. But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like 1,000 people could actually just be a very tiny minority, and also a lot of those people that are judging don't actually know how to articulate why they're judging.
They feel that way.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But it's
so
like
that's the problem we're having.
It's like the same thing with like everything, right? It's like if you post a video, people see a lot of views, they're gonna look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we look at in a standpoint of like how we're just being like put in a position that's what it is. If people are all stuck to an agreement, there's enough people and people see that it's like thousands. It's like, I want to agree with you. I want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
But it's like being a part of something doesn't mean you're a part of the right thing, bro.
Yeah, of course.
And that's the thing about it, is like just because you're a part of it doesn't mean that it means something, or it's like you're actually doing something, right?
Yeah.
And I think like that's where people are getting confused. It's like, yeah, it's all good that you want to be a part of something, but like hopefully that you're a part of something that is like productive, like gonna go forward, has a meaning to it, has a movement. Because other than that, it'd be like it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
Then you're just a whole bunch of people that are just hating on somebody that was clueless about the situation that's going on in front of them.
Yeah.
It's probably 100% sorry.
But do you know, like, what I like about social media is that dystopia between how it's creating distance from human nature, but in the same time, it's also showing us human nature. The fact that one person is able to say something and the majority, let's say, like have raucous about it, and this one person is getting money, it's an example of how the 1% are doing certain things and not caring about a lot of the world's problems, but the other 90% of you guys are having an issue. You're not even focused on yourself. Hence why this 1%er is, getting even higher just because he's focused on what he's doing. Although it upsets you guys, he's still going on his own journey. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas you are now distracted by that other guy running his race. Do you get what I'm saying? I like how like social media, although it's separating us, at the same time it's also showing our true color as humans.
That's only because I agree, it is doing that, but it's like you need to, if you understand what's going on, then you could use like that. Like for example, like speaking of the distraction shit, like what's going on with Trump right now? Like he's getting arrested. I don't know why the fuck he's getting arrested. I don't even care, to be honest with you. It literally does not affect my life one bit. But there are people who are like worked up about it. It's literally all they can talk about. Like, yo, Trump's getting arrested. It's like, bro, what did you do today to get towards your dream? Tell me about that instead. You know,
then again, it shows a different mentality. Your mentality is not that of the 90%. Clearly,
no.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, that just goes to shows me that you're just not happy where you're at in your life. Like if your entertainment comes out of talking about somebody else's life, and you're not happy in your own. So it's just like, it gets to the standpoint where it's just like, you have to figure that out. Because nobody else can point you to happiness, right?
There's so many people that be talking about these celebrities like they're going through it themselves. It's like, bro, it's time to get back to reality, bro. It's not your life.
And all these blog sites are just making money off your palaver.
I just thought people had enough issues with their own life already.
No one wants to look in the mirror, man. No one wants to look in the mirror.
They want distractions.
Bro. My issue is too ugly for me to look at. Let me just look at someone else's.
It's crazy because you're looking at all these celebrities, but kind of like you said, they're at their level,
dealing with their own shit.
Dealing with their own shit too. And it's funny because you see a lot of times, like a lot of these celebrities are depressed. They have all this money, they have all this shit, they have all the cars, everything. They're killing themselves. Like they're depressed. They're doing all this crazy shit. You know what I mean?
And I mean, like it just comes down to like how happy are you? Like, you know, money don't make you happy.
It probably comes back to what he was saying about they're probably chasing a dollar amount, not living in the moment.
100%.
It's the pursuit of that fixed thing, right? When you get there, like even me, like sometimes I'm thinking about it. I'm like, sometimes I'll be saying, oh, like I need these shoes. Like, no, I don't need these shoes. Nah. I'm good. You know what I mean? And I find myself getting caught up in like this material shit sometimes where I have to kind of collect myself because I know I'm very like self-aware and I reflect a lot. But I'm just like, oh, like I got these shoes. Like I saw them somewhere. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking with these shoes. Like I literally got new shoes today, right? But then I realized like after maybe a month, I want another pair of shoes. Then I want another pair of shoes. Then I want another pair of shoes. Like it never ends, right? And that's where you kind of find that it's not in these material things that you're going to find that like inner peace, right? You know what I mean? It's within yourself.
No, 100%.
You get what I'm saying?
I think what it is like we all get addicted to some. We all get addicted to some. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like the more that you do something, you're gonna get addicted to that. So if you buy sneakers, you're gonna get addicted to that. But if you're following your dreams, and that's what you're gonna get addicted to, right? You're just gonna sit there and be like, "Hey, I love the process." Yeah. A lot of people don't like that process, so then it's just like you get unhappy, like you know what I'm saying? Because it took so much out of you just to get to the success level, right? So like from day one, do you love like what you're doing? Is like, are you gonna be happy doing it every day? Yeah. And then take that process, because if you don't, how many people sit there, like you said, like celebrities that are killing themselves? They got millions of dollars. Why did you kill yourself? You got millions of dollars. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know, again, like, what they're going through. And at the same time, it's like, that's why we should just focus on what we're doing. Yep. Like, just focus on your everyday steps and stuff like that. Because you start looking over there, you're going to miss yours. Yep. Right?
That's it. Because they always talk about being present and like being like in the moment. It can be hard sometimes to kind of just, you disassociate a lot and you're like, oh, like I'm not where I want to be and stuff. But like you said, you were talking about the small wins, right? Like relating it back to my like the whole fashion like page thing. Like I said, I remember when I was at 0 followers. Now I'm not at 0 followers, so there's clearly something I am doing right. 100%. But instead of looking at, oh, like I'm not as 0 followers. I remember when I started, I had 0 followers. You know what I mean? 100%. Now I have 200. So clearly there's something I'm doing right.
I think like, you know what I mean? Like diving deeper is like, out of those 200, like who are these guys? Like, what do they do? Like, what could they do to help me be better too? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that we like, bro. People can have millions of followers. You think these people literally treat them like they're dogs and stuff? Yeah. Like, yeah, I got them or whatever. Yeah. But it's like, maybe because they're at the standpoint where they feel like they don't need nobody else that's following them. Yeah. But it's like, how many of those people that could help you elevate you get to the standpoint? Maybe this guy's a photographer or a videographer or whatever, right? Yeah. But we don't do that because we're so focused on a fucking number that doesn't make no fucking sense.
Yeah. There's another thing. Actually, you know what I'm saying? I think another good thing about like instead of comparing yourself, it's like try and model success. Yeah. Instead of being like I'm not, like you said, we're always talking about this fixed number. Yeah. Right. And I think it's something beautiful when they talk about like not chasing and attracting is like lack creates lack. Right. So when you're like, I need this, whatever you need that you get, you're always gonna want something else. Because that's how your mind is now wired. 100%. You know what I mean? So, bro, it's a crazy. The mind is just such a crazy thing. We talk about this shit on the podcast all the time. Like the way you wire like your mind, like every single day, like everything you do. It's so integral to like how your life is gonna go.
Yeah, your brain's a muscle. You know, you gotta like exercise.
100%.
Not a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's easy to and like the shit that like weakens your brain muscles are like so easy to do, and that's the danger. Yep, it's crazy.
So is this device that we have, all you have to do is just pick it up. That's it. You're screwed. Yeah. But even what you're saying, like, Ray, I remember there was a time where I was looking at some of these influencers, like, like all these brand deals, all these gifted items, like even some of these skincare, like influencers. I'm like, it'll be sick to get one of these, right? And then now that I've literally focused on just posting content that I want to post, like all this like lifestyle random vlogs, and I found a successful model to emulate. Right, the other day I got hit up with one of the biggest brands I've just seen recently, and it's not even a brand that I saw when I was thinking about brands. This is just a brand that now I've seen them. I'm like, that'll be like what they're doing is sick. Then the other day, I got a message saying, do you want a gifted item? I don't know if I can say it yet, so I'm not going to say the brand, but like, once I get the stuff, once it's all actually realized, then I'll say it. But in my mind, I'm thinking, like, I only have a small amount of followers compared to some of these other influencers, but I'm like, at the same time, they didn't see me for my followers, they see me for what I'm doing. At the end of the day, if a brand says I want to collaborate with you, it's because of who you are, like how you present yourself. I've done like a little ad for another like company before, but just thinking about it now, I'm just like, the essence of this brand is what I can relate to. I can understand why they've picked me, and there's also this imposter syndrome. I've got rid of it. Well, like 70% I've got rid of it, but like. Bro, if I want to, be who you want to be. Recently, I've just been seeing myself. Yeah, I am who I want to be. I am someone that can talk to these. I am someone that these brands would want to be with. I've seen someone that I can emulate that does a lot of the work that I would like to do, and look what it's doing. It's attracted. I didn't message
literally,
them.
Bro.
All I did was just see them on like some of the podcasts. They had like a sponsorship with them. All I did was just see them. I was like, oh, that's cool. And look, a few months later, boom.
It's crazy, because like once you identify, what you want to be or like who you want to become, then you start to like slowly start to take steps to like do that. You kind of like a mental check where it's like, okay, I want to be an NBA player. What is an NBA player stepping out with the mandem? A night before a game? Okay.
So some of them are, you just don't look at this.
Stuff like that. So then you start to slowly hold yourself accountable. Make more decisions like to become what you want to become or where you want to get to, and then those decisions start to become like habits, and then starts to compound after that.
Like Darryan said, like visualization is so huge, right? Because it's like, and it goes back to like, obviously, yes, like what Dawson said too about like you can't go anywhere you don't plan to go, but life is just so connected in that way where it's like, you have this goal, right? But how are you going to get to that goal? It's what you're doing every present day, right? So if you're visualizing, look, the man I want to be, the man that owns this many businesses, the man that does this, he moves a certain way. You're doing it now, right? So when all that shit happens, bro, you're already, you're there, man. You were already there 5 years ago.
Exactly.
So when every shit pops off, nigga, you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like when things happen, then you're just like, okay, it's just another day. Instead of like losing control.
Exactly.
Like, oh, bro, I ain't expect this.
Man.
To happen. We won the lottery.
Yeah.
Every person that won the lottery damn near went broke.
Yeah.
Because they ain't planned to win the lottery.
It's the sort of idea of the idea of the false success. If you're chasing the false success, you don't know what happens after. If you're just focused on what you're doing, false success may come. It may not.
Know what the next step was, bro.
Exactly.
That's the thing, right? It's like, okay, there's gonna be a lake after you running in this field. So you better learn how to swim.
What?
You know what I'm saying? What? You didn't pick up on that lesson because you were right in the field. And nah, bro, you gotta learn all this shit. And if you were in a position where you were right close to the lake and you were blessed enough to be in that position, then learn how to swim through that. Learn how to go through that shit.
Yeah, man.
But it's like, again, that comes to the ability of like how bad you want this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that question's hard, bro.
It is a hard question. How many people
again,
fucking can answer it when you ask them on the spot?
Exactly.
Like, let me think about that. Well, bro, then it's already, I got my answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? Like, are you willing to like die for your dreams? Bro, KFC, Colonel Sanders, bro, 77 when he made his $1 million. He's not living in what KFC is right now. Don't you think he'd be kicking himself if he was living in what this shit is right now? But he didn't get to. Don't you think he enjoyed his life till 77 when he's making his $1 million? When he made his first million at 77, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't quit, and he's not even getting to see the dream. It's like Walt Disney, bro. He dreamt about the amusement parks. He didn't get to see this shit. But it's just like, that's what the dream is for. Like, you become selfish if you want to reap all the benefits of the dream.
Yeah. But look at the impact he left.
Yeah, you have to.
There's more life to be lived, and it doesn't have to be your own. Right?
Yeah, you have to always this is where like faith is a big thing. Right. In faith, it teaches you that your body is temporary. Once you realize you're in tune with the spirit, you forget about what you need to reap right now. So Walt Disney, when he's acting in his dream, he's acting in a spiritual calling. He is enjoying the benefits spiritually. Wherever he is, he's enjoying the benefits because he's not living in that temporary being of I need to feel this. You know what I'm saying? He's built something that affecting children, that affecting people. And what are those people going to be? Anytime you hear Walt Disney, you're either praising him or you're happy for him. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he's built something that's made you happy. And that can only feed the spirit. It's not going to feed your body. Someone telling you they're happy, bro, does it make you better?
No.
Like physically?
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? So again, it's that idea of like, that's why you see with a lot of people that don't have any faith, whether it's being an atheist or with people that just don't believe in anything, they struggle. You have to believe in something, whether it's judge or it's God. You have to believe in something.
Well, it's just like, if you watch the Walt Disney story, how many times he failed, bro, it's incredible. Like, I know mad people that probably quit, but he just kept going, bro. It's like thousands of times this guy failed, bro. Like, bro, doing what he loved to do, and then
there's a reason you were born on this planet.
Caught wind, right? So it's like, it's that whole thing, bro. How bad do you want it, right? Like, it's there. It's there. Nobody's getting your dream. Period. Nobody else is. You're gonna see people that might be living close to it, right? Oh no, he's living my dream. Nah, bro. Your dream, you ain't been able to live.
It's tailored to you.
It's tailored to you.
There's just one influencer I follow. I kind of model him. I think he's actually younger than me, maybe like a year or two. He's a fashion influencer guy.
Oh, so sleazy?
No.
Sleazy?
Lucius.
No,
Lucius Furman, right? He's black guy. I think he's from Boston.
Okay.
And he's like a fashion guy too, right?
Okay.
You know, he built his brand off of himself. And what's huge about his brand, it was literally like a podcast clip I saw him. He was like, man, like he's like, I don't think I have the flashiest brand, like I don't think I have like the craziest designs, but like he's like, impact is greater than money. So it kind of goes back to what we're saying, right? And because he was focused on the impact that his brand has, it's attracted everything else towards him. He's on runway shows, he's modeling, his Instagram account is huge. So so many young kids like idolize this thing, and he's young, he's like 21, he's like my age, like it's a young nigga, you know what I mean? But because he was focused on the message he was trying to present to the people, instead of like I'm gonna make money off my clothing brand, he's impacted so many lives, bro. Even basketball players are wearing his shit.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Look at that ripple effect. Kyrie Irving is wearing his hoodies because of the message. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Sure. Not because he has the craziest hoodies or anything like that. But he's talking about, black empowerment. He's talking about racism and fighting systemic racism and all these things. And it's literally attracted everything towards him. And he's living life now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
There's so many moments where self-doubt creeps in, but a reminder is that when you have self-doubt, it's not like it's never going to be there. You just have to be able to work your way out of it. The times when I'm driving the car and I'm thinking, fuck, what's the point of this podcast, bro? Like, what's the point, bro? But then I realize, there are a lot of people that are literally personalities. People are following Kim Kardashian because she's Kim Kardashian. That's it. Just think about that. Just because she's Kim Kardashian. Forget about the sex tape. Bro, many people have made sex tapes. The sex tape hasn't banged.
Every night.
You know what I'm saying? Every night. Because she is who she is. People following her for who she is. Like, why am I worried about? Right now, why am I worried about anything? I want at the end of the day, I still want to be a personality. So, how else am I gonna blow to become a personality without just being myself and literally believing people are going to follow me for actually for wanting to follow me.
Showing up every day, bro.
There's sometimes where I actually think to myself, like, even that moment where I'm just like, what's the point of this? Then I realize there are people I'm following. I watch their stories just because they're them. I have never met these people before. And even the I don't really listen to that many podcasts, but the podcasts I listen to, I'm invested in these guys' lives. I'm like, I don't know these people from anywhere. Why am I worried about this shit? Everyone starts from zero, bro. Everyone starts from zero. Some people are quicker, some people are not, but everyone starts from zero. All that matters is, as you said, show up. If I show up enough, people are gonna be like, why the fuck is he showing up
every single day?
Before you know it, people are not invested. Because the more you spend time worrying, why is this person interesting? You spend all that time being interested in why this person is interested. You're already interested. You're there. And that's how I work my way out of self-doubt. Is anytime I have it, I just think through it. I ask myself questions, bro. That's probably one thing I tell a lot of people is that if you're having self-doubt, is just ask yourself questions. Why am I feeling this way? What am I going to do to get out this way? What exactly am I chasing? All these questions will help you just work your way. Bro, there are times, I've had times where I'm driving, I'm like, let me just turn off this bridge, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just brief thoughts. But the thing is, there are people that give into this. Only because they don't give themselves that extra second of just ask a question to yourself.
Literally.
And that's the thing. I've had moments where I'm down, but I've already built the habit of asking questions. When I'm down, all I know is just ask one more question. By the time I ask 3 or 4, I'm good. I come back to where I need to be. Bro, this life is hard, bro.
I think the biggest thing is people need to just pray more. You know what I'm saying? When you just pray, say, God, give me the answer. I'm confused right now. I'm grinding on this thing. I don't know where it's gonna go. It's the answer is the simplest thing too. It might be somebody just liking your clip, and then that's just okay, I gotta keep going. And it might not be too much sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But it's all those types of things, they get you to where you need to go, right? So, I think what we do as people, we look at there's an end goal. There really shouldn't be an end. If you love something, you should enjoy every day of this, trying to get to where you're trying to be better. We say
100%.
Because you're never gonna be the best. There's always gonna be something you have to be better on. So now you're gonna be great at your career or really good at your career, but then your family life is not gonna be great because you're really good at your career. Right now you gotta be better at your family life. So there's like all these certain things that come, right? We think there's an end. There's no end. It doesn't stop.
It's a marathon, man. It's a marathon.
We're supposed to keep learning and being better every day.
A lot of it is rooted in death. A lot of it is rooted in death. When from the moment you're born,
you're dying.
You're reminded you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Well, you're dying.
But you know you're gonna die. Why the hell are you not doing anything, bro?
Exactly.
Bro, you know death is coming. Point. That's the only thing you know.
For sure.
Why don't you just try and find out?
That's what I'm trying to say. So it comes to the standpoint where somebody says, "Yo, I don't like what you're doing." I don't care. Like,
bro, I'm gonna die soon, so you better not like. I don't care if you like.
I might die tomorrow. Die tomorrow. Bro. I don't control that. So why do I care if you like this or not? Am I doing it out of malice? Am I doing it out of evil in my heart? No. Nah, then press play.
You know then, again, that's where you have to believe in something. Like you can't let this ever not believe in anything.
Exactly.
You see people that are successful, they believe in something. Whether it's what's it called? Is it Satan, or it's science, or it's God? They believe in something.
Though, you become super confident and tell you it's evil, but I say, yo, God created you in the image of Himself. If you love yourself, then who do you love?
Simple.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the world is set in the standpoint where you're not allowed to be confident, because then you just might get there. You just might get to where you need to.
If everyone is the 1%, who's going to be the 1%?
Who's going to be the 99? Right? Exactly.
Society is a self-preservation mechanism, right? You know what I'm saying?
Man. I think one thing that I just. It's funny thing, it's a small thing, but like it really helped me is like meditation.
For sure.
And it kind of like it kind of like ties into this whole like reflecting and like praying thing. It's all in that same realm almost. 100%. And it was actually this nigga that told me, he's like, yo man, just start meditating, like, because I told him I'm talking about like, you know, being more in tune with myself, being more in control of my emotions, and like, you know, just being more in tune with my physical body too, like even with like breathing and these little things like that. And he's like, man, like I just meditate, like, because I asked him like, one thing about me is that I love to do when I'm around people is like try to kind of draw things from them that I can see that can improve myself. So that's why I always ask Dasa, like, if I have an issue, like I ask Dasa, like, what do you do in this situation? Like as a man, like how do you deal with this? Same thing with Isaac, like how do you deal with this? There's things that I see that they a little bit better than me, and you know, obviously, like you said, iron sharpens iron. So like I'm trying to find out what they do that I can, you know, add to my life, add value to my life. And a small thing that I started doing was just meditating every morning, every night. I can't explain how much that shit has helped me. And it's not even one of those things that I can be like, look, these are the benefits for you as an individual.
No, you can't.
But like ever specific. Since I only started a few weeks ago, but the amount, everything, like my
changes
whole,
your
bro, I'm telling you, bro,
it changes
5-10 minutes.
You're conscious now.
I wake up, I just still
because your thoughts are it's like you're in them 99% of the day, right? So if they're not good, bro, good luck. That's like 100% killer to most people, right? Your thoughts. So if you can't get into the right headspace, when you wake up every morning, it's over for you. Right from when you should have just went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Because it's like every single thing else in the day is gonna pull all those negative strings. That's why you gotta be in like army mode to try to you can't block my positivity, you can't stop it. We lit. Like, cause that's what every single day is like, oh, somebody's gonna spill on you. Oh, watch, you gonna flip out. Oh, somebody's gonna cut you off in traffic. Oh no, you gonna lose your shit. You ain't gonna get that job that you've been fucking working for. Oh no, wait, we waiting on it. It's like, so every single aspect of your life is trying to challenge you, right? The devil works hard every day, bro.
Overtime.
You know what I'm saying? Overtime. And meditation is the way to just be like, nah. Man. God already told me what I'm finna do today. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man.
I feel.
It's crazy because I saw this video. It's like, oh, like why you're not focused. This shit hit me crazy. He was like, you have like the amount of thoughts that go through your mind every day. It's like crazy, like millions of thoughts, right? Throughout your whole day. 100%. He's like, on top of those thoughts, right? Like you said, everything else, once you get up in the morning, everything else is now you're absorbing that, right? Your brother says this, you get a phone call, or you have to go to work, boom, 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 boom. You open your phone, you're on social media. There's all this external dialogue you're now consuming on top of all the internal stuff that you're thinking about throughout your day, 100%. Right? So he's like, that's why you're not focused, because your mind is literally everywhere, and you don't have
like millions of different images.
Exactly. You don't set time aside to actually like be like, okay, like this is how my day is gonna, like, set apart that time when you wake up before you go to sleep, like be calm, be still, just breathe. You know what I mean? And like that helps you kind of, like you said, you're conscious of how your day is now gonna go. For sure. So all this external shit, it's like it's there, but you're not like looking. You're not like shocked either. Sure. You know what I mean?
You're not reacting.
Exactly. It's crazy, man.
I think like too is just like, so you have all these things coming at you, right? Every single day, your mind can only take so much, right? After that, it starts to affect what you think about. How you think certain shit should be, like, just like how if people make music, they gonna look at what the industry, Billboard 100, these are songs that blew up. Now I'm gonna make my music like that. Is that the proper way to make music? No, it's just a way to monetize properly off of music.
Exactly. No one's listening to your music to hear Wizkid.
Right.
They're listening to your music to hear you.
Your version of what music is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, we as people, we sit there every day. We get hit with like Instagram, and we forget that when we meditate, we're actually taking our thoughts into our day. It's not somebody else's thought. This thing getting planted in me. This is from I actually came on the conclusion. This is what I'm trying to do, right? And that's why I think it's so special, because now you're moving how you're actually supposed to move, compared to be like, I saw this on Instagram, I gotta do this because I saw this, do this, and then it becomes a subconscious. Right?
I read this book called The Confident Mind, and it's basically it's this guy. He's the psychologist for the Marines. So he's a psychologist for the Marines. So specifically for people who are like new to the Marines, like they're part of their onboarding process. So he also has a background because Eli Manning, I don't know if you know who that is. Like, So Eli Manning also hired him as a psych coach. So Eli Manning, like, you know, he has such a controversial career because it's like, he wasn't really that good, but in like the two like most high pressure moments, he performed the best player of all time. Tom Brady. So it's like, hey. Now they're working backwards. Like, hey, this is the setting stage. This is this guy, the psychologist with the background training Marines. Also, Eli Manning decided to hire him as a psych coach. So it's like, hey, how did Eli Manning get mentally ready for those situations to perform? Because like easily he could have got to a situation and it could have gotten like left, you know. But yeah, so he talks about like doing these things called the daily ESP. So you just like, it's like a filtered recall of like, again, like you guys just said, like the world is feeding you all these positive, negative images, whatever. So it's like, now you take the time out of your day to like, or look back at the day before and be like, okay, where did I show effort? Where did I have success? Where did I have progress? And if you're doing like, you're listing off like 3 of those like every day, boom, literally takes like maybe 2 minutes.
Also, what was the book called again?
The Confident Mind.
Confident Mind. Yeah. I'll put it on the thing.
Confident Mind. Yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, it just kind of gives you a bunch of like little tips and tricks like that. Like I feel like that's kind of the best way to learn, because it's like a lot of this stuff is like pretty intimidating. Because like, oh, like these people, they're the 1%, but it's like they're the 1% because they've stacked and compounded all these little habits. But it's like if you like really start with one, and you know, it's like, hey, like do this daily ESP thing, or this is achievable. I could do this, you know. And every day, and then now you kind of go down that rabbit hole of like, okay, how do I get more productive or more efficient or whatever. Just keep on stacking them, man. The next thing you know, you're gonna be where you want to be.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Success is very straightforward roadmap. It's just that when you don't have that spirit of discernment, you don't know what is what. Alright, so someone could tell you, you know, all you need to do to succeed is consistency, and you're like, oh, that's so easy. Like, tell me something. Like, tell me consistency. What else do you want me to tell you?
It's gold, bro. Yeah. That's what you're looking for, right there.
Anyway, shout you guys out. MayaJo.
Yes.
What else you working on apart from?
We have the salon coming up in June, July, around then, which is gonna be amazing. I think amazing. definitely amazing building for the city to be a part of.
95 Beauty, come check us out.
Yeah.
330 Main Street.
Yeah, right by the new Earls.
Fire.
Good Life.
Yeah.
OEB Breakfast.
Right there, that area.
Yeah, is it
that's what
mainly
I'm
like just like hair, or is it like nails?
So
also?
Hair, nails.
Full service luxury beauty salon.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Can you also get
nails.
haircuts there too? Or?
Yeah.
Fire,
You
fire,
get a
fire.
twist up there.
Oh yeah,
You can drink as well.
Yo, that's tough,
Drink
man.
there,
That's
yeah.
definitely different. I never heard of that.
So the lady
That's
who
for
did
sure.
my braids is gonna be there, and it's like if we want to make it a place where it's like guys like us feel comfortable.
Yeah, like a
going there,
spot.
But and it's also like in the daytime. It's like there's 360 Main, got all the big 5 accounting firms, all the suits and stuff gonna be there. So now it's creating an environment that invites like both, you know?
Yeah, where it's like, like people again working in funding, meeting people that have great ideas. So as well as like taking care of your health and health as well. So it's like people got bunions on your feet, bro. I know people that got bunions and shit. So it's like, go get them done. Like, it's not feminine to get these things done and take care of yourself and extra care of yourself, because your body's a temple. You know what I'm saying? And but #1 draft pick out. So check that shit out. Rashawn Prince.
No, man.
Yes, sir.
Unruly the brand.
Really the brand. Really the brand, man. First drop just dropped. Fulfilling orders and stuff right now, and then we go again, man. Like I said, it never ends. So
exactly.
Cycling back up.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stack that shit up. Thank you, fellas, for having us, man.
Yeah, man. Fire episode, man.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
awesome.
us.
Straight gems.
Awesome.
I knew it. I already knew, bro.
Awesome.
Straight gems, man.
Yeah,
Straight
let's get
gems.
it, man.
That is
Glad
peace
it,
out.
man.
Subscribe. Shit.
Subscribe,
man.
right now, bro. Or you're a hater.
I parked there.